All right, we are alive. We are live. Please save all questions till the end. We're going to wait a minute for everyone to get in. I got a lot of information, a lot of place to share, and a lot of work still to do, especially when it comes to MMA. So we will dive right in. We will wait a few minutes, and then it's right to work. All right. Let me see what we've added. 6-8 buck now +2. That's it. We've only added one play. It's 306 568 306 568. Bucknell +2. Bucknell +2. That's a move that just came across the instant message that we are betting. Again, I share everything that I see in the accounts since I take a percentage of them. And I share everything that I get from other runners and movers that we trade with. And then what I use for premiums for subscribers are those that I feel strongest about and got confirmation, whether it's multiple groups on the same side. My power ratings also support it because we're at that time now. We got 20 games of college basketball already played. So we have a good sample size of data, and I expect the college basketball power ratings to do exactly what the college football power ratings did, and that's get us number one in profit. So yeah, let me just add that to the Steam sheet. What is Steam sheet today? And I still haven't even added the UFC. That'll get in there after I jump off this call because I'm going to go through there and finalize that. Just add Bucknell to that. And then we'll get started. Boom. All right. As you guys already know, this is live trading. This isn't a podcast. This isn't a show. It's nothing scripted. This is for my subscribers, which I do every single week so that I'm accountable to them. Because my goal is simple. I want to be in that 0.5% of bettors that actually turn a profit for the year. That's very few people are able to do that. And the SteamRoom is to help those subscribers that are partnering with me for 2026 to make sure they profit when I do. That's the bottom line. And for that to happen, I need them to manage risk respectfully and correctly. And the way to do that is to keep our risk of ruin very low. This is the most important takeaway. Fuck the picks. This is what's going to make you a winner or a losing bettor. That's the bottom line. Because you can have winning information. And if you mismanage your bet size, you will lose money. The win percentage will not help you. You will be ruined. That's the bottom line. And as a bettor, that's what we're trying to avoid, especially if we have an edge, because we need our edge to materialize. For that to happen, we need to be able to survive the negative fluctuation that will happen even during our most profitable years. Let me repeat that. Even during our most profitable years, we will have losing days, losing weeks, losing months. You must bet correctly to survive that so that when I turn a profit, you're ahead as well. That's the bottom line. The only way to do that, again, keep our risk of ruin low. How do we do that? Bet size correctly. Now, you can determine your risk of ruin. You can have a 1% risk of ruin. You can have a 40% risk of ruin. What does that mean? That means that a 40% risk of ruin is exactly that. 6 out of 10 times you will double your bankroll, but 4 out of 10 times you will lose your bankroll. 1% risk of ruin, 99 times you will double your bankroll, 1 time you will lose it. But here's what you need, okay? To have a 40% risk of ruin, you need about 200 plus units. Now, most bettors don't have that. Let's be honest. How many out there with a $2,000 bankroll are betting 10 bucks? Not many, right? That's why more get ruined. That's exactly why more get ruined than actually double up their bankroll. I work with an 80-20 risk of ruin. That means I'm comfortable doubling my bank 8 out of 10 times. But I know going in, I'm going to lose it 2 out of 10 times, even with an edge. To do that, I need 400 units. So if I'm betting $25 a unit, I need 10 dimes. Now, let's be honest. How many out there with $10,000 bankroll are betting $25? Not many, right? Well, now you know why 99.5% of sports betting accounts have negative lifetime earnings. I'll repeat that. 99.5% of any sportsbook account that's ever been opened has negative lifetime earnings. So you have a 1 shot in 200 that you will be able to be profitable. That's the odds against us. But if I can do it, anybody can. But it takes discipline. Once you have winning information or the ability to win, then it's up to you to have patience and discipline and keep your risk of ruin low. So to do that, I need 400 units. Now, to have a 1% risk of ruin where you're going to double your bank 99 out of 100 times, you need 1,000 units. So if you're betting $10 a unit, you need 10,000. Now, I bet spread 1x to 5x. That's the rating at Wager Talk, 1% play to a 5% play. Those percentages are not bet size recommendations. They're ratings of the strength of the play so that we can bet size 1x to 5x based on the strength. 1x the weakest, 5x the strongest. But even so, I'm still keeping an 80-20. So my bet size is still relatively very small compared to bankroll. Let's put that in perspective. Here's my bet size. Here's my bankroll. Now, if I have if I want a 20%, 80-20, like I do, risk of ruin, you need 400 units. So if I'm betting $10 a unit, I need $4,000. I need $4,000 to spread $10 on my 1%, $50 on my 5%. My 2% gets 20, my 3% gets 30, my 4% gets 40. So the only difference between a 4% and a 5% is $10. $10 on every 4 dimes. Not much, right? That's why such a small percentage of sharp bettors on the planet actually are able to make money. You can do it. Again, don't do it for me. Do it for you. Try it. Try it for a month. Just bet size like that. Make it even easier for yourself. Just go 1%. Pretend everything's a 4% play, which we do 0.25%. And just bet 1%. So if you have $1,000, you're betting 10 bucks a play. Try it. Again, don't do it for me. Do it for you. Because now you're betting to win. Now you're betting from a position of strength, not from a position of weakness, where you're hoping to win. You're in the hope business. I know I overbet, but I'm hoping this one wins. And if this one wins, I'll do it right. I promise. God, once I get the $10,000, I'll do it right. I'll do it the way Ace says. I'll get $10,000 and I'll bet 25 to 125. But let me get to that 10,000, bro. Kill that noise. If you can't win with 1,000, you can't win with 100,000. Let me just explain that to you simply. If you're not able to make money betting sports with $1,000 bankroll, you're not doing it with 100,000. Money's all relative. If you don't have the discipline to bet size correctly with a dime, you ain't doing it with 100 dimes. You're just going to lose more. Again, I'm not here to discourage you. It's the opposite. I'm here to motivate you and show you that it is possible. that you can actually find financial freedom and grind your way to wealth using the sports betting market as an investment vehicle. But it takes time, it takes patience, and it takes discipline. So if we're partnering up, that's what I need. This is the last day to jump on board Ace 25. And again, if our goals are aligned, I will not disappoint you. But if your goal is, I need to hit a lock today, I need a big play to pay my rent because it's due tomorrow, no. We're doing it wrong. And we're not here to do it wrong. Again, the SteamRoom, so I come in here and I'm accountable to my guys. And we go over results, over the last week, over the last year. That's the bottom line. I've lost more money on my education than you can imagine. I'm not proud of that. And my goal is to help you have to pay less for your education. To do that, I got to keep it real. So we got to knock out all the nonsense, same game, all the parlays, the negative EV teasers, negative EV bets. And if you're really doing it seriously, if not, dude, honestly, do it for entertainment. Have at it. There's nothing wrong with that. Throw in some parlays, bet the TV game, have it as your entertainment. But if you're going to use your hard-earned money, and if you're actually doing this for profit, then you owe it to yourself to do it the right way. And there's no other right way. It's just grinding. I bring up the analogy all the time, and I'll sound like a broken record because we're about to get into the games. But it's like weight loss. Everyone was waiting for the magic shot. It finally came. And now everybody's getting skinny. But for the last 100 years, 1,000 years, it's been the same. Burn more than you take in. But that's hard to do. So what happens? People sign up at the gym. They start dieting. 3 weeks later, they look in the mirror. What the fuck? I don't look like I should be on the cover of Muscle Fitness. And what happens? They quit the gym. They quit dieting and they stay fat. Bro, I'm keeping it real. Same thing with sports betting. I'm going to do it the right way. I saved $1,000. I'm going to bet size correctly. When you're winning, it's all good. Everything's easy. But what happens when you start taking those losses? Are you built to do it the right way then? That's where the blackjack course comes in. So if you jumped on for the year, make sure you get that blackjack course. There's so much sports betting knowledge in that. Plus, you're going to be a favorite versus the casino. So make sure you get that blackjack course. So smash that like button. Partner up for 2026. Ace 25. Keep your ROI high. And let's dive into these games. Let's see. Anything new come in? Yep. Another extra game board. 306-577. Lafayette plus 7.5. So that's 306-577. Lafayette plus 7.5. Let me see what the power rating is from my guy. Lafayette. Ooh, this line's going to move too fast. I can't even release these extra games. Rarely do I. I mostly just add these to the Steam sheet because you're not going to get 7.5. You have to be logged in and ready to fire. I would venture a guess it's down to what? 5.5, 6. And you're getting it as it's coming in. I promise you. I'm on that instant messaging. And I get a lot down for these guys. So I'm up there on the food chain as far as getting it. All right, let's get into sports betting. Again, this one's open, free to everyone, so I won't spend an hour on the risk management. But next Sunday, we're doing our SteamRoom for the Super Bowl. I will let you know the time. We're going to go over the side, the total, the player props, the game props. I'll give you all the late information. I'll go through every single prop we bet through every account. There's going to be 30 plus props. Now, premiums will probably get to 10 plus, but on Super Bowl Sunday, you will have that much action. Now, so far, we have a 5%. The Super Bowl package is up. I sent out the sixth prop today. We have a 5% in there. We have 6 props. When the dust settles and this game kicks off next Sunday, I'm very confident we'll have more props and we may have both the side and the total. Again, most of the risk will be on the props, even with the 5%. Just the way we like it, because the results are out there. Again, not the tout, but you need to know. Over the last 5 seasons, I've won over 105 units on the Super Bowl props. Hit over 62% of them. And in 2025 season in the NFL, I'm number 1 in props at, once again, 67%, 46-23. And since December 1st, we're 20-6 on those props. Again, the information I get is as sharp as you're going to have. If someone's winning out there, we're providing accounts for them, and I'm going to get access to those plays. So, college basketball, NBA, NHL, MMA. And real quickly, let me give you 2 soccer bets for one soccer bet for tomorrow. All right, are you ready? Where did we go? Hold on. Let me pull up the soccer. Wow, they are firing. Oh, did it get canceled? I don't see it anymore. Oh, no, here we go. You ready? This is Hungarian soccer. This is for tomorrow. It's a total. We're going under 2.5. Varda SE versus Dios Győr. Diosgyor. So that's Varda, Varda SE versus Diosgyor. We're going under 2.5, plus 120 through even money. So that is what we're doing in soccer for tomorrow morning. Now, let's get into this college basketball because we got a lot of action and I got a lot of plays, as you already saw on the Steam sheet. So let's go over some of these games and see if we're going to get involved. Pull up your odds logic or at the least the wager talk screen, because we're going to start from the top where we're at. We're going through Virginia and Boston College. Nothing to report there. All right. Texas and Oklahoma. We have sharp money on Texas. We have steam on the under. Heavy steam on the under. But they started getting in at above 160. So they were getting down at 160 and a half, 160, 159, 158. They stopped about 157. Okay. Hofstra Monmouth, nothing to report. I can tell you the public's betting that one over. They're betting that one over. I'm going to go through game by game. I'm going to tell you what information I have, if I have any, and then what the market's telling me, coupled with the power rating that we have. And then if you have any questions on individual games, we'll go through that. North Carolina, Georgia Tech, sharp money on North Carolina at minus 9.5. Okay. Oh, the game before that, Buffalo. That's on your Steam sheet. Buffalo minus 3. Buffalo minus 3 is on your Steam sheet. Now, North Carolina and the over got steamed. Hampton Towson, I have nothing. SMU Louisville, I have nothing. I like Louisville. Power rating has Louisville should win that game by 11. It opened about 8.5, 9. Not a big enough edge, but the market moved that way, as you can tell. Arizona State, nothing. Fordham, George Washington, nothing. Drexel game, nothing. College of Charleston, Northeastern, nothing. Ohio State, Wisconsin. Wisconsin, sharp money at -4. Public's on them as well. Power rating wise, I have Ohio State. My power ratings reflect Ohio State's the right side. But sharps are on Wisconsin. Public's on Wisconsin as well. VMI Mercer, I have nothing. St. Joe's LaSalle. Public's all over St. Joe's. One-sided. It just sticks out in the back end. Jacksonville, Missouri State, nothing. Idaho Weber, nothing. Oral Roberts, South Dakota. Sharp money, Oral Roberts +14. Small play. I think there was a couple rogue lines out there. Texas Arlington and what's that? Cal Baptist, nothing. Fresno State and Air Force. We have Air Force plus the 10.5 sharp. Air Force plus 10.5 sharp. Marshall, Little Rock, nothing. A little sharp. I saw some sharp money on the over 163, but that's long gone. That's long gone. Southern Miss, James Madison, I have nothing. The Miami O game, I have nothing. Public heavy, one-sided, over. Lindenwood, Morehead State. Sharp money on Morehead State, +2. Public's also on Morehead State. Power rating-wise, I don't have an edge. That's why we haven't touched it. All right. Missouri, Mississippi. Steam on Mississippi. That should be on your Steam sheet at +7. I don't like it because power rating wise, we made Missouri 8. One sec. All right. Baylor, West Virginia. One-sided West Virginia money from the public. All West Virginia. All West Virginia. I'm actually going to look at Baylor. I'm going to go through the leans we're going to go through together that I have, and I'll give you the power rating on it. Okay? Western Michigan, Middle Tennessee, nothing. Arkansas and Tennessee, we got nothing. BYU, Kansas. BYU, Kansas, nothing. Cal game, nothing there. Hawaiian Long Beach, nothing. Georgia Southern, Lafayette. UL Lafayette, nothing. Southern Abilene Christian, nothing. The Eastern Washington game, nothing. Nebraska, Denver, nothing. Evansville game, nothing. Again, a lot of these, there's no action. There's nothing really to share. Low volume from the public, no wise guy money, and the power rating is right on the number. And that's usually the case. The power rating reflects the point spread on the majority of these games. It's those handful that it's off that we take advantage. Now, move down to 7-11, Tennessee Martin. That's one-sided, sharp and public. They're all on Tennessee Martin. And the game before that, one-sided, public's on Richmond. They're all on Richmond. App State, Troy, nothing. Montana and Portland, nothing. Davis, Baker, nothing. Indiana, UCLA. Oh, UCLA. We'll look at that game a little closer. I'll tell you the ones I'm putting on the side. Utah Tech, Tarleton, nothing. Utah Tech +2. Saw it in an account. Kennesaw, New Mex, nothing. Oh, Oregon State at +3 was a buy order. I don't see it. North Dakota State, Steam -8. That's sharp. Bradley, Drake, nothing. Utah, Oklahoma. Oklahoma +2. Eastern Michigan and UMass. UMass minus the 7.5. UMass minus the 7.5. Brown, Dartmouth, nothing. Portland, Washington, nothing. Princeton, Columbia, nothing. Penn, Cornell, nothing. Stanford, Florida State. Publix on Florida State, one-sided Florida State. Notre Dame, Syracuse, nothing. George Mason, St. Bonaventure. Publix on George Mason. Sharps on St. Bonaventure at a pick'em. Arkansas, Kentucky, you know what to do. That's your 4%. Rutgers, USC. Sharps on the under. Publix on the over. Sharps under 146. Illinois, Chicago, Southern Illinois, nothing. Bowling Green, Central Mich, nothing. Harvard, Yale, nothing. Georgia Southern, Southern Alabama, nothing. South Florida, Temple. South Florida, minus 8.5. South Florida, minus 8.5. That's sharp. Publix on the Temple side. Cal Poly and Riverside, sharp money. Riverside on the money line. Riverside, money line, sharp. Can't believe I'm giving you every game, going through every game. Washington and Northwestern, right? Sharp on the Washington State. That Washington State side or Washington, 773. Yeah, Washington, 773. Washington, +2. Creighton, Connecticut, nothing. UAB, North Texas, nothing. Murray State, Belmont, Murray State, sharp. Murray State, +4, sharp. Northridge, nothing. Actually, Northridge, +3 in an account. Northridge, +3. Idaho, nothing. Edwardsville, Southern, nothing. Auburn, Tennessee. Publix on Tennessee. Publix on Tennessee. Nothing sharp yet. Fullerton, Santa Barbara, nothing. Under. Publix betting it under. UTEP, Delaware. Public move. It's not sharp related. Public's been betting at half-point movements. Santa Clara, Loyola Marymount. We've got one-sided money on Santa Clara. One-sided public money on Santa Clara. Colorado, Wyoming. Sharps, Colorado +2. Colorado +2. New Mex, San Jose, nothing. Pacific, San Francisco. One-sided public money on San Francisco. Montana and Sac State, nothing. Sam Houston, nothing. And St. Mary, one-sided over Gonzaga. All St. Mary and under. All St. Mary and under, okay? Now, I'm going to go through real quick those leans from those that I talked about that I have that I will be looking to try to confirm even when we jump off of here. Okay? So, I'll go through them really fast from the top once again. Okay? Where it was Texas and Oklahoma. That total moved too fast, or else I'd be looking to go under. You know that, right? We'd be looking Texas, Oklahoma under. Hold on, pulling up my odds logic. Yeah, I think under 57 we could still do. Fuck. Let me see something, man. Hold on. Yeah, Bitcoin's dropping, baby. We're going to get another buying opportunity. Not yet, but soon. Yeah, we're going to sit that one out. We're going to sit that one out, that Texas Oak, okay? It's okay. So keep moving down. Where was I? That I'm looking at. North Carolina. I like North Carolina a little bit. Not going to mess with it. Don't have the support from my power ratings. I do like Louisville, but that line got out ahead of me. I do like Louisville, but now it's a 10. Can't touch it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I do like my power ratings say Ohio State, bro. My power ratings say Ohio State. Okay. And my power ratings are on fucking point. That much I can tell you. I'll go over them. Let me go through this. Then I'll give you guys a couple of the differences in the power ratings. Okay. All right. 659, St. Joseph. We do like Air Force a little bit, but ain't going to fuck with it. Hold on. Fresno, 671. Okay, let me see my power rating there. Something's not right. Okay, I have that one power rated at freaking 7. 6.5, 7. All right, let's get closer on that. We may get involved on this Air Force. Oh, yeah, they just got blown out by Boise and Colorado State. And here comes Fresno. I could get plus 11 laying small juice. All right, I'm going to write that one down. That's on the list. Air Force on the list. Good. I have till noon. Don't worry. We're going to jump off of here, and then you'll know, subscribers, if it's coming through. So we're looking at Air Force. I'm giving you the list right now. So if you're not a subscriber, you have the list. Handicap it. I'm going to give you so much gold. I'm even going to give you the power rating as soon as I go through this. So don't worry. You'll do just fine. $686. What do you got, Baylor? What are you doing, Baylor? Let me see. Baylor, West Virginia. 4 p.m. Ooh, I got Baylor winning this game by 1. I got Baylor winning this game. Baylor should be the favorite. You know my power ratings. You know what they did in NFL. You know what they did in college football. Oh, yeah, Baylor's on the list. 685. Oh, boy. Wait till I get into MMA. I'll give you a couple here. Don't worry. Before I jump off. Because I got gold. I got a lot of fucking gold. And last year was the first year in 5 years I lost in MMA. This is going to be a good fucking year. We will progress towards the mean. That much I promise you. All right, let's keep going. 719, Indiana. Let me see my power rating there. We're getting close. 5 o'clock Eastern, Indiana. Ooh, I make the game 4. Where are we at with the line? 4. Fuck. Where you at, Indiana? Oh, it's 5 o'clock game. Sorry. There you go. All right, coming off 3 straight covers. They just beat Purdue as dogs. UCLA off a big win at Oregon. We'll leave it alone. It's on the number. I can't mess with it. I would just be trying to pick the winner then. The truth is my power rating has Indiana winning by 4.4, 4.5, and they're minus 4.5. UCLA is. I mean, I have Indiana losing by 4. Yeah, it's right on the number. Fuck, I like Indiana, man. And you know that over 90% of the public money is on freaking UCLA. Again, that's not reason enough, but 9 out of 10 bets and 90 out of every freaking dollar. Okay, Utah, Oklahoma. Utah and Oklahoma State. Utah, Oklahoma State. Utah, Oklahoma State. Did see some Oklahoma State money come in. That took the points out, and that one's gone. Because power rating wise, I have it a 1-point game for the Utah side. And it's now at a pick 'em. So they took out the 2s there. All right, let me keep going. Kentucky, we got. We're gold. Connecticut, Creighton, nothing. Belmont. Murray, Sharp, but that line's kind of gotten away from us. Auburn, Eileen Auburn. And 808 Gonzaga, man. That line's dropping too much. So Air Force, Baylor, Gonzaga, we're still looking at. Anything else come in? Here we go. Yep, we got some more plays. We will go through it together. You ready? 647. Arizona, minus 14. 650. George Wash, minus 10.5. So that's 647. Arizona, minus 14. And 650 George Washington that we're betting right now. They just got bet into the accounts. Arizona. I bet them. I bet them both, but I won't release them as premiums. I just don't have any real reason to. Meaning power ratings are right on. These are the ones I put on the Steam sheet. And if you have a lean, you should be betting it. That's why I say you should come in here already with your leans. And that way you see it on the Steam sheet, boom, they confirm it for you, just like I do. I have my leans, like for tonight, I have Air Force, Baylor, Gonzaga. If I could get any of those confirmed, boom, I'm fire. If not, on to the next day. My only goal is to place good bets. And knowing that good bets lose, just like bad bets win. But over time, you place good bets, you're going to make money. You place bad bets over time, that'll be shown too. All right, let me look in here. I haven't looked since we went over that at all. Anybody saying anything here? All right, that's way too much. I can't go through that. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's talk real quickly about my power ratings compared. Grab your piece of paper. I'm telling you, this is something you could use over the next week. This is something, if you handicap your own shit, trust me, you want this. I'm even going to pull up Ken Palm. See what his ratings are compared to mine. All right. Ken Palm has Michigan number 1. Rankings got Arizona number 1. The AP, I mean. Ace. I got Duke number 1. Yes. Duke would be about a 2-point favorite over anyone else on a neutral field, neutral court. Again, That doesn't mean that's what the books would do. That's what the power ratings reflect. Okay? Now, here's what else I can tell you. They have Houston 10th. Okay? Pomeroy even has Houston 6th. Ace, I got Houston number 2. And Arizona right behind them. They're like a pick'em. Okay? So I have Houston higher than the AP and Ken Pom. So I see Houston as an undervalued team. Another team that's very undervalued, Florida. Florida is 19th in the AP. And, at least Ken Pom has them 7th. All right. Ken Pom has them 7th. That makes sense. Because I have them 5th. I have Florida as the 5th best team in the country. That's correct. I'll give you another one. Alabama. How about Alabama? They're 23rd in the AP. They're 17th at Ken Pom. I got him in my top 10. Alabama's in my top 10. That's where the value lies in finding those. Now, let me give you the flip side of that. Connecticut. AP has Connecticut number 2. I have Connecticut in my top 15. I have them 15th. Not 2, 15th. They're number 2 because they're 20-1. Remember? Just like college football. If you're 8-0, you're in the top 5. Regardless of strength of schedule. Now, talking of strength of schedule, Alabama has had the toughest number 1 strength of schedule. Auburn, number 2 strength of schedule. Speaking of Auburn, where's Auburn? Is Auburn ranked? Of course not. Auburn's not ranked in the AP. Where's Auburn? Auburn's 26th at Ken Pom. Bro, Auburn's in my top 15. They're undervalued Auburn, undervalued Tennessee, undervalued Alabama. Those are undervalued. Let's see some more overvalued. Like I said, Connecticut, so overvalued. Oh, Nebraska. Let me pull up Nebraska. Where's Nebraska? Nebraska's ranked 5th in the AP. 11th at Ken Pom. I got Nebraska as the 25th best team in the country. 25th. They have them 5th. Here's what I can tell you. When the dust settles and the season's over, the final rankings will look more like my power ratings than the top 25 of the AP. Ken Pom, more like Ken Pom. Ken Pom's will reflect mine more than the AP will. And I promise you, mine, the ones I use, will be a better reflection of the top 25. Just like in college football, just like in NFL. I can't do it in NBA because of the value over replacement. That's just so hard with them sitting players. We tried it. I'm sitting, I think, number 2 in profit in NBA. We've been doing very well, over 60-something%. But we've been had to be very selective, like maybe 2-3 NBA bets per week. That are all power rated reflected, again, off the power ratings. But the problem is, like I said, it's an issue for those power ratings. Okay. Now, let me see any questions here. 672. Wow. Well, yeah. Air Force down to 9.5. Well, you buy it up. Buy up if you like the Air Force. If we go with Air Force, we're gonna buy it 0.5 point. That's one of those where we get it at the discount. You should pay about $1.21, $1.22, but we'll only get it for $1.20. So that's where we're at. What else do I have for you? Don't forget Ace 25. Ace 25. Oh. I got 2 boxing for you. One is a premium play. This went out to subscribers. Carrington Castro over 10.5 rounds. Carrington Castro over 10.5 rounds. Here's this boxing prop. Stevenson Lopez under half a knockdown. Stevenson Lopez under half a knockdown. That wasn't a subscriber play because it wasn't a readily available prop, and I didn't want customer service getting drilled with 80 questions. What do I do? Now, let's see where we're at. Let's see what's coming. Okay. We have here's a total. Ready? And you should be looking at your screens right now to see, are they lighting up? 7-11 over 138. Tennessee Martin, Western Illinois. 7-11 over 138. 7-11 over 138. I don't like it. It moved too much. But the fact that they're betting it over, even after such a big move, is wild. That's wild. Damn, all St. Mary's. Now my sharpest book is asking for minus 118 to take 9 with St. Mary's. I guess that's the side, right? Who am I to argue? Right? Who am I to argue? God, fucking Texas Tech. I should have stayed off it when I saw, I saw other sharp money on Central Florida, but the Texas Tech side just seemed to have the conviction, and it closed at 5.5. I thought that was going to happen. They're not going to get there for us. All right. As long as it don't go to overtime, we should get Citadel and Greensboro in. So at least we'll get the split, worst case there. Okay, I'll take that. Since T-Tech let us down. All right, let me see any questions. I'll go over some MMA with you. Yeah. Yes, sir. I'll give you. Let's look at some NHL. On the Steam sheet, you should have in the NHL 33 Los Angeles minus 105, 46 Ottawa minus 140. 47, Montreal, plus 120. 53, Nashville, plus 115. And game 60, under Seattle, Vegas, 6.5, minus 125. So that's LA, Ottawa, Montreal, Nashville, under 6.5, Seattle, Vegas. 2 NBA Steam moves. 525, New Orleans, plus the 10. And 528, Memphis, minus the 7. Now, good news. I will be doing UFC just like last week. So, we're staying tight with our premiums. but all my strong leans will be added to the Steam sheet. I explained that last week to subscribers in the Steam room, that unlike the other sports, which 75, 80% comes from groups I work with, the remainder I originate. In MMA, it's 50-50. I work with 2 originators, and then I do my own stuff. I piggyback all the originator stuff and share that. Long-term, they've been profitable. With my stuff, the stuff I'm strongest, I add to the premium sheet. The rest will go on the Steam sheet. So make sure you pay attention to those, because those I bet just not enough to make them premium. That's the only difference there. All right. Now, where are we at? How is Arizona below Duke? Well, Duke's got the number 2 defense in efficiency over Arizona. Strength of schedule is very comparable. Arizona had slightly better home field advantage and the better offense. But I'll take the defense on the Duke side. And again, they're very Duke. This is power rating. Doesn't mean Arizona won't beat them if they play. I'm just telling you what the numbers. I have no bias. I promise you. I have zero bias when it comes to any of these teams. I don't have a future. I don't have season win totals. I'm not a fan of any of these teams. I swear to you. I don't care if they had the number 1 team as Utah State. Like, to me, it doesn't matter. I take these numbers and I bet. And what I can tell you is they're not always going to be right. But they've produced profit. That's the bottom line. And very few power ratings do. My man finished number 1 in college football, number 1 in the NFL. And right now we're climbing up the ladder in college basketball and in NBA, strictly off these power ratings. And when March Madness comes around, they're going to be so fine-tuned. Forget about it. Forget about it. Again, I trust it because numbers have no bias. They don't care about anything. Just strictly data and metrics that are predictive. That's all I'm looking at. Like, does this metric actually matter? Is it predictive? Does it have any predictive qualities? Like, what is the correlation to actually winning? Like, we know in the NFL, passing success rate, one of the highest correlations. That's a metric. If you're handicapping NFL, you have to look at, like, how can you handicap an NFL game and not know which of the 2 quarterbacks has the higher passing success rate, when that's one of the highest metrics as far as correlating winning a football game? Like, those are things that are unbiased. So again, when it comes to the power ratings, here's what we're looking at. Strength of schedule, already played, home field advantage, offensive efficiency, defensive efficiency, points scored, points allowed, and what that differential historically resulted to in winning basketball games. That's it. That's it. And it spits out a number, and each week we update those numbers, and teams move up, teams move down. For example, Houston was my number 1 team just 2 weeks ago. They're no longer. Purdue was a number 2 team just 2 weeks ago. They dropped down. Teams go up, teams go down, all based on a mathematical formula and nothing else. Again, it's what works for me. It's what works for me, because I'm able to create a line before I look at the sports books, and then I'm unbiased, like I do with MMA. I say this guy should win the fight 6 out of 10 times. He should be minus 150. If I look up and he's minus 115, 120, I'm betting him. It's pretty much that simple. But with the power ratings in college football, college basketball, NBA, they're not. I don't create them. I'm just lucky enough to get to use them. All right. Let's see anything else coming in. Then I'll let you guys get out of here and I could get to MMA. Handicapping the rest of that MMA. But I got to give you some MMA, right? Because not all of you guys are subscribers. I forgot that Ace free. Ace 25. Don't mess around, bro. If you want to partner up, partner up. Partner up. I'm telling you now. I said it at the end of last year that I'm set up to have my best year. And you saw how we closed out 2025. Again, this ain't touting. This is just if you're ready. Not everybody is. And I don't think everyone should pay for information. Not everyone's built to be able to do this. But if you are, come on over, brother. Ace 25. All right. I said it and we jinxed it. Greensboro Citadel going to overtime now. Trying to kill my freaking under. They better not score 30 points in OT. Cocksuckers. Okay. All right. I'll start at the bottom and work my way up. Sulangrangbo. I like that favorite. That was in the accounts at minus 190, believe it or not. He opened as the underdog. Once I saw sharp bettors willing to lay minus 200 on the guy that opened as the dog, I looked to piggyback, did a little research. Side makes sense. Also like him inside the distance at plus 120. Nakamura and Saleh took a bad number there on Nakamura. This one flipped back, flip back, flip back, flip flop. As far as favorite dog, I locked in Nakamura at the wrong time. I'm hoping now to be the product of good luck. That's the bottom line. I tell you when I win, tell you when I lose, tell you when I placed a good bet, tell you when I didn't. 9 out of 10 times I can tell you before the fight starts, before the game starts, whether I placed a good bet. And after that, it's whether they're going to do their job. So Sulangrangbo, I placed a great bet. He has to go out there and do his job. Nakamura, bad bet I placed. Now I got to hope. Now I'm in the hope business. I need to hope Nakamura goes out there and defies probability and gets me a W. Kim Fan, I have nothing. Ofli, Yizka, I have nothing. If I had to bet it, give me Ofli. Mikolev, Elliott. Elliott's coming off his first loss. And I think because of that, most expect him to bounce back. That's why this one's a little bit short. I think Mikolev should be about a minus 200 favorite here. So I like the favorite. Malkoon Finney, I like the favorite and the over there. This one went up, went down as far as Malkoon. So you had sharp money on both sides. Again, I like the over 2.5, and I like Malkoon also. Ralston and Brundage, tough fight. Ralston's going to win this fight, but the value's on Brundage. I say pass. Tafa, Elikana. Tafa's look terrible, and I don't understand how Elikana line isn't so much higher. Red flag. Something's fishy. I'm not messing with it. Malarkey, Sokolitz, minus 1,000. What can you do? Just watch the fight. Teixeira, Tuivasa, I like Teixeira. I think Teixeira should be much bigger favorite. Fiziev and Rufi. Fiziev opened as the favorite. That's no longer the case. Money on Rufi, I think that's the right side. 4-inch reach advantage, has the power. This one should stay standing. Fiziev's going to try to mix in takedowns. He's had 6 successful ones the last 2 fights. But he's a stand-up guy that's now trying to wrestle. It's not a good sign. Give me Rufi. Hooker, St. Denis. This is a live dog in Hooker. Plus 275s don't win too often. About 25% of the time. But this line shouldn't be this high. St. Denis, a lot of recency bias. 3 straight wins, but level of competition matters. And other than the Rufi win, caught some fighters at the right time. So I think that line's way too high. And Volkanovski, that one confused me a little bit. I said, why isn't this line climbing? Why isn't it higher? Why is Volk dropping? Well, this morning, Volk minus 140 was in all the accounts. So That's why it went up to minus 160. Now, the public's taking Lopez, so that line's coming back down a little bit. But I can tell you, Volk did get sharp money this morning. So that's your MMA UFC report. And subscribers, like I said, you got a couple premiums already in there. The rest will be coming over. Wow, the next 2 hours, then we're done. 4 p.m. Eastern will be the final Steam Sheet update, final UFC update, and then we are gold. Yeah, I think Teixeira gets him out of there. I think you're right, Dave. I think you're right. Teixeira gets him out of here. Look at us. Look at us. Let's get up to 2,500 people. Let me look through. Let's get some more picks. Let's get some more gold out there. Oh, here comes a premium. 2 premiums. You ready? All right, first. I'm going to give you these totals. Okay? I'm going to give you these totals. Hold on. Game 719 over 143. Indiana, UCLA. And then game 638, Buffalo, minus 2.5. Wow, they bet Buffalo at minus 3 earlier. It dropped, so they're betting Buffalo again. Let me look at that, 638. Let me look at that. It's going off now. Just went off. So for whatever reason, they like Buffalo again. But that's 719. Let's look at 719. 719 over 143. I like that. I like that a little bit. Seven nineteen, 5 o'clock game. Yeah, I'm liking that a little bit. I like the over a little bit. Yeah, in the Indiana game. I'm not going to bet it, but yeah, I understand why it's sharp. So yeah, I'm going to add that. Let me add it to the Steam Sheet, and then I'm going to give you a hockey, and we're out of here. Yeah, you got hockey coming, premium hockey. But let me give them these first. Let me give them the Steam Sheet. I don't cheat the Steam Sheet. I told you, I take so much pride in that thing every day. Why it doesn't sell 300 copies, I don't know. If I was a capper, that's all I would look at every day. Just give me the freaking Steam Sheet so I can make some money. All right. You're about to be hit with some gold. Okay? Hold on. Patience. Exercise patience, and then I'm getting you out of here. All right, pull up your NBA, your NHL, forgive me. Pull up your NHL. All right, go to NHL. Now, start off with game 43, Carolina, Washington. 43, Carolina, Washington. Over 1.5, first period. Over 1.5, minus 135. Okay? And now this one is going to be a premium play. That one I did bet. I bet it. But like I said, only the strongest go to subscribers. This one's going to subscribers. You ready? Columbus, St. Louis. Columbus and St. Louis. First period. Columbus, St. Louis, first period total. First period total, we're going over 1.5. Minus 130. Well, it says 132 consensus. I'll make it 135. Okay? So stop crying that I'm cheating you out of 3 cents. And I can't get that line. I have 18 books and I can't get that line. Shut up, dude. No, you don't. If you had freaking 5, you'd get it. So please stop the nonsense. All right, that's a 3%. Through over 1.5 minus 140. Now the other one I'll add to the Steam sheet. The strongest ones go to subscribers too. Now, if you have an opinion on that Carolina total and you like the over, boom, we just confirmed it for you by going over 1.5. All right, get your questions up because I'm going to get out of here. I got to do MMA. And like I said, I'm going downstairs to play cash bets today. Today, they're getting cash bets. I'm busting them up in that UFC card. Watch. Watch. All right. Okay. Here it is. I got to keep it real. I got to add. I got to add to the Steam sheet. NHL. Boom. Where were you? Carolina, game 43. Over 1.5. Minus 135. Boom. First period. We don't mess around, man. Give them nothing but gold, bro. All right, let me go bet it. I actually give it to you guys before I freaking bet it. I sound like I'm mad at you for it. Nah, I ain't mad at you. All right, where you at? First period. First period. Blues and Blue Jackets, right? That's what we're doing. Columbus. Boom. Let's go. All right. You see anything else come in? Let me check the accounts. And then, like I said, I'll check questions and get you out of here because I got work to do. I got to fire. Damn, they blasted Lemoyne second half. I don't know if you guys bet live, but they blasted Lemoyne second half. Lemoyne second half -2. Lemoyne money line second half. Damn. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, we're gold. Okay. We're gold, boys. Last run through the back end to see if anything really sticks out. I'll get you out of here. Get them questions in there. I'm going to scroll one last time. Don't forget, Ace 25. Partner up, baby. Let's make some fucking money. All right, we're gold. We are gold. Yes, sir, David. Oh, your roommate laid 6.5 on the Seahawks. I hope he got plus 200. You guys are awesome. Yeah, Sakalidis. All right, another Greek. Welcome to the party, Sakalidis. Yeah, dude, if he had 3 books, he'd be getting down. Get the fuck out of here. Dude, I get down after I send it out. After I send it out. They see it in the steam room. Like, I put a camera behind me because that's what's coming. That's what's coming. I will be either on Twitch or Kick, and I'm considering doing a steam room every single day for an hour leading up to when the games start, like every evening. So you can see the process live. Do you guys think that's a good idea? Because I think if I did it the hour leading into the games, like, you know how the games start at 7 p.m. Eastern? If I did it from like 5:30 to 7 or like 6 to 7 and just went over all the late information and shared everything I can each and every day, and you saw the process and me getting down on the late stuff, because a lot of the early stuff you already get from the Steam sheet and for me doing Wager Talk today and last call. But I'm really considering doing a live stream 7 days a week for an hour where I just focus straight on what I'm betting, what we bet today, and to answer questions on any particular matchups. I think that would be a good idea. Ooh, BYU, Kansas. I thought I saw something on that game. Let me look. I like the over. I like the over. Yeah, I like the over. And power rating, I have Kansas winning by 4. I have Kansas -4. What's the spread in that game? 3.5? Yeah, see, no real edge. No real edge either way. No real edge. All right. One last refresh. And yeah, like I said, the props will continue adding. Like I added one today as I get confirmation. Again, I'm trying to pick props that are readily available. But again, not every book has the same props. Not every book has the exact same numbers. Try to keep it as fair as possible. Going to keep adding those. The UFC pass is already up. I think there's 4 plays in there. Rest assured, there's going to be more. And the remaining strong leans will be in the Steam sheet. So we got the Super Bowl pass up, the Steam sheet up for today, and of course, the the Super Bowl card. Okay, ready? Another play. Game 659. 659. St. Joe's. St. Joe's. -1.5. St. Joe's -1.5. That's going to instantly be 2.5 or more. 2.5 and moving. Instant. That came right now. Right now. Like I have my instant messaging up right here. And these guys, as they want a buy order, they just plug it in. Yep, they just plugged in St. Joe's. St. Joe's -1.5. Other guys are laying the money line, -130. -130 money line. See, when they can't get when they move the line, that's why you got to be quick. Listen, you're working with me, you got to be quick. Instead of saying like, always, I couldn't get that number. Think, maybe look at the first half. Look at the team total. Like maybe they haven't adjusted everything. Look at the money line. Like get creative sometimes to get down. The goal is placing plus EV bets. That's the goal. Fuck yeah. We cracked our 2,500. We cracked 2,500. That's what I want to see. I love you guys. I think we need the daily Twitch, dude. Kick stream. I think we do. Because I think you guys are going to show up for it. If you're going to show up for it, I'll do it. We just got to pick. Is that the most opportune time? I just think that's when you'll have the most amount of information. The negative is a lot of value has been extracted. That's the balance. That's the balance. All right, where is that fucking team? I'll let you guys out of here as soon as we know this game's over with their nonsense. All right, it stayed under. All right, it stayed under. We stayed under. All right. Got a winner. We got a winner. All right, I'll take it. So we're sitting at even. We're sitting at even heading into this 4% and the other stuff we got going. Let's go. All right, guys. So remember, next week, SteamRoom, Sunday, Super Bowl. I'm going to do it early enough so that you guys could go watch the game, party hours ahead of time. I think the Super Bowl goes off like 3:15 Pacific. So we'll probably do it like 11 to noon, so we're finished 3 hours ahead of time where I go over everything, Super Bowl related. And then after that, it's going to be on Saturdays like this, where so much live stuff's coming in. That's the key. Saturdays where all the stuff's coming in, and we'll have MMA, we'll have college basketball, March Madness is coming. Yeah, I'm really excited for what's ahead, man. I know football's coming to an end. It was an amazing NFL and college football season, but we got baskets ahead, and after that, it's bases, so don't get better than that. Ace 25. Best of luck. God bless you and your families. Enjoy your Sunday. I'm going to get to go to church tomorrow. And yeah, that's why we did it even today. SteamRoom, best of luck. Whether you follow or fade, I swear, I hope you do some damage. And the biggest takeaway, whether I go 5-0, 0-5, your life shouldn't change. But your life could change if you decide to manage your risk correctly. Like there's been nothing more important in my 30 plus years betting sports. That single factor has determined whether I'm winning or losing. It really has. Like the information is going to win long term. When the dust settles, we're going to cash more than we trash. But it's handling those swings that was the most difficult for me. And it's something you have to get through if you want to do this for real. Like if you want to do this for real and use it in an investment vehicle, you got to be able to get past that. You got to learn how to lose and know you have the edge, that you're placing good bets and trust in the process so that when the dust settles, you find yourself ahead. But you got to trust your process, and that's key. So thanks again for joining me this morning. Best of luck. Do some damage. MMA coming your way. And of course, crush that Super Bowl next week. Love you guys. Best of luck. Ace 25, Ace 25.